I figured the music out. I'm so excited. This makes me so happy. You guys have no idea. Okay. I'm so pumped for us to be back together again. Good morning. Happy Monday. Like, if you're excited, just unmute and just holler it at me because this is like, I have missed it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's so fun to be back together, our community. We normally take July off every year. And this year we were like, should we not? Like, we want to stay connected, but I like to give all the leaders just a little bit of time with their families and all that stuff. So there's a lot that goes into doing this for the speakers that we are blessed to have on our team who share. And so it is just nice to take some time off. So if you want to send a quick message to some folks on your team and say, hey, hop on this today. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be encouraging. A lot of times we just forget to let people know that we do this. So welcome back to Power 30. We're so excited to have you guys on here. Thank you for making the time to come on here. I'm pumped. We just got back from Gold School in Atlanta. I want you to just drop a little love in the comments if you were there, if you made the time to come and be part of that. If you are not yet gold, let this be amazing encouragement to hit that and then go. It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. So today, I want to talk to you. So I've been listening to lots of podcasts this morning. I was up really early, first day of school for my kids. I was cracking up because I'm like, we're coming back. It's the first day of school. It's the first day of Power 30. It's our first team call, our first new onboarding call. We've got lots going on, and I'm so pumped to get to bring this to you guys, that this team has come together, all the gems and above. So when you hit Ruby, you get to be part of a mastermind group that we have. And we combine our ideas. It's $1 million container. And we have come up with something that is a clean, clear system that everybody gets to plug into. Every Monday night, there'll be a new onboarding call. Can we get a little amen for that? Every Monday night, if you have new people, you're inviting them. If you had anybody new join over the last 90 days, invite them to this onboarding call tonight. Emerald, Brittany Rout will be sharing on there tonight. And then at 7:30 Central, we have our first community connection team call. We're starting back up. So hop on that, invite people to that. We will be sharing stories of hope, people going silver, people going gold. We will be sharing that every single Monday night. So new people will be welcome and inspired. The name of the game here, y'all, is an inspiration. You don't work for me. You don't work for your upline. You don't work for Plexus. You work for yourself. And we need to learn to be self-motivated. And that can be hard if we feel alone, if we feel like we're not sure where we're going or what we're doing. And so I want to chat with you today because I'm going to bring it. Y'all know that I love to bring it, right? Come on to the come on. I want to talk to you today about who do I want to be? I want to dig into this. I want you to be thinking about all these questions I'm about to ask, and I want you to let it drive you to living the life of your dreams. So many of us have been raised and in our cultures to just trade time for money, to limit our dreams. It's only possible for me to have this. Well, of course, this is happening to me. Of course, I'm struggling. Of course, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. This is my lot in life. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Or am I just like talking to nobody? Right? We feel these things and we tell ourselves subconsciously all of these lies that we don't deserve it, that we're not worth it. And one of the questions I get the most is, what if I put myself out there for the whole world to see? Like, for example, Megan Milakovic just put out there, I'm going for emerald on Phil's leg. Here's how you can help me hit that goal. She put it out there for the whole world to see. What would be the number one fear that you guys think would pop up when you're doing something like that? Somebody unmute and tell me, what's the number one fear that you would have about putting out a big goal like that?
People questioning my priorities.
Okay. What else?
Not hitting the goal. Not hitting the goal.
Okay. I see lots of nodding heads, right? So we've got people questioning our priorities. We've got, what if I don't hit the goal? Now I want you to go a step further. What happens if you don't hit the goal? Someone tell me what happens.
Hey, I set a goal last month for Fast Start Senior Ruby. I was 100 points from that. And what that done for me is make me even more motivated to hit it this month.
Come on.
You learn things.
Love it. What else? And don't be afraid to tell me the truth. What happens if you don't hit it?
For me, it's my pride is hurt.
Bingo.
You cry.
Right. What's the worst thing that could happen, Megan? She can't unmute.
Yeah, I can't press it. Yeah, I die a little inside.
Hey, I was messaging people. I was messaging Megan. I know I messaged you, Alita, and Ashley. And I was like, guys, I've got 3 days and I'm literally giving myself a pep talk because I'm not quitting, but I have to mentally prepare myself not to make it. Otherwise, I'm going to be completely devastated.
Yeah. Right? We worry. We worry. We're created to defend ourselves. We're created to protect our life, right? We're created to stay away from the dinosaur, stay away from the woolly mammoth. We don't want to be eaten. I don't want to just go in the woods and play with bears, right? Most of us are wired that way to create safety. I'm the biggest scaredy cat you'll ever meet. Like, I get scared. I hide behind Rachel when I'm feeling terrified because I know she'll fight someone for me. I'm like, you be my fighter because I'm scared. We're wired to be on alert, and we all have different levels of what we feel would bring embarrassment, of what we feel like would actually hurt our feelings, or what we feel really and truly scared of. And so as we put ourselves out there, and I don't care if you're brand new or if you're an emerald or a sapphire or a diamond, it's scary. I can tell you that Megan was just as scared the first time that she put it out there, I'm going for emerald, because you're never sure if you're going to hit it. You're never sure if you're going to hit that goal. But you never know if you never try. And I love that Lisa said that. That's where I was going with this, is you learn lessons in the meantime. And so what I see from people every time when we say things like, what if I don't hit it? But what if you do? Let me ask you this question. What would you do if you knew that Brittany Howard was moving to your neighborhood tomorrow? She was moving into your circle of influence. She's about to show up at your homeschool group. She's about to show up at your church. She's about to show up at your job. She's about to show up wherever. How differently would you work your business? You would work your business differently because all of a sudden you're like, oh, I better get on it because she's going to come in here with confidence, knowing that she's going to sign people up. So when we want to think about who do I want to be, one of the first things that I think of when I first started of what I knew I needed to be was confident. Who do I want to be? I want to be confident. I want to be able to share Plexus with confidence and knowing that what I'm bringing to people is powerful, powerful products, powerful business opportunity. And as I got to gather with some of the highest earners in Plexus over the weekend and listening to them, I had a great conversation with Brittany Howard. She's a 5-star diamond with Plexus. That means that she's developed 5 level 1 hers. She's duplicated herself 5 times. And so she was chatting, and it was like, yeah, the biggest thing to being successful is belief. It's belief in yourself that slows us down. And then we start to subconsciously self-sabotage to make those things come true. We become extra busy. We start saying yes to every single thing that comes our way instead of no, I need to work. We start saying no to going to events. We start doing things to create chaos so we don't do it because we don't want to get hurt. When in reality, it's if you put yourself out there and push past the fear, there is absolute greatness. There just is. So if you wanted to be more confident, what are things that you could do? Is pushing outside of your comfort zone. What is the scariest thing that you can think of in your business? And I want you to write that down. I want you to think about what is the scariest thing in my business? Because what I find is that a lot of times, even for me, I can be like, well, I'm not scared of anything. I'll talk to anybody. I'll do anything. I walked up to a girl just this past weekend at the hotel in the park. They all watched me, and I gave her samples. I'm in a conversation with her right now. She's probably going to order all of those things because I got out of my comfort zone. I was nervous. I was like, I don't know if I want to talk to her, but I'm like, you'd be great at what I do. And if you're not interested, maybe you know somebody who is. Here's a sample of what we share. It's amazing. And I went into the gut health products. The very thing that we're most afraid of is the things that we should be doing. But I want you to picture, I want to go back to the main topic. I want you to picture in your mind where you want to be in 5 years from now. I want you to picture who you are in 5 years from now. Are you happy with the lifestyle that you have now? Are you happy with your circumstances? Do you feel like you have enough time? Do you feel like you have the right the confidence that you want to have? Do you feel like you have the presence about you where you can be present in the moment that you're in? And if the answer is no, and you're willing to grow and you're willing to learn, the days are going to pass anyway. That much I can promise you. The days are going to pass anyway. So you might as well invest some time into you, into a business that can actually produce you residual income. And so what are things that we can be doing every day to build our business? The number one thing is belief. It's believing in yourself to be brave enough to get out there and say, oh my gosh, you'd be amazing at this. So I want to share my story of how I went gold. I'm going to share it on our gold group as well, but I feel like it's just worth it for everyone to hear how do we do this, right? Like, because when you see people who are already really successful in this, it's easy to think, must be nice. She has a skill set that I don't have. And I want you to know that I had less than 300 friends on social media. I had no Instagram account. I still had a MySpace. Okay. Like, I don't even know if that exists anymore, but like, I was not on social media and I was super awkward on there. Like, I would post things like at gym. Like, it didn't even make sense. I'm like, what does this even mean? Like, I don't even know what's happening right now. And I was not like conversational on there. I had no influence. Influencers weren't even a thing when I started. And so I had very little friends. I was in a smaller church. I had 4 kids under 5 when I started. Okay. So I want you to picture that too. Okay. I had 4 kids under 5. And I just was like, I don't know if I have any time. I was homeschooling. I was doing all the things. So I started super skeptical of the products. I'd seen friends sharing Plexus for a long time. And so when you're listening to the story, if you've been with us for a minute, I also want you to be thinking about people who are watching you. So this, you could have your Alita watching you, right? And kind of paying attention and seeing. So I watched for a long time, like years. And when I decided to try it, my friend had approached me quite a few times and she was like, you would be amazing at this business. You're a community builder. You love people really well. You would be so great at what I do. And if you'll just do what I say, you're going to be successful. So finally, I say yes to trying the products. Within 7 days, I'm like, oh my gosh, she was right. I feel so good. I feel amazing. Okay, so now I tell her I'm never going to share on social media. I'm never going to post. I'm never going to be like out there with it. I'm just going to kind of like tell my friends. And this is what she said to me. And I want you to hear this because a lot of times we don't want to tell people the truth. We want to come into agreement with their limiting beliefs that they can't do it. So we're like, okay, that's fine. So, but here's the truth of it. She told me, she's like, you can do that. It'll take you a lot longer. You can do it however you want to, but it's going to take you a lot longer. Social media ain't everything. It isn't. You can totally build this business without it, but you have a wide reach with it. So you might as well use it, right, at the same time. So I finally made a post. Lisa Youngs actually came to me off of this post. I said, another one bites the dust. I'm trying Plexus. We'll see how this goes. It was like a horrible post. So I get like 4 comments. Okay. Like hardly any likes. People are more like shocked. I said, but my plantar fasciitis is like gone. And I had a couple messages about that. People were like, well, I'm interested. Tell me more. And then Lisa came over to my house one day and she was like, you're taking Plexus. Like we would tease people who were taking Plexus. I said, I know. And I said, I'm going to go to the top of this company, I think. And she was like, what? And I was like, I at least want to get my mortgage covered. Let's do this together. And so that was the start of our business and running together. And so have you had those conversations with people of, I'm doing this? And here was the difference is I actually believed I was going to do it. I didn't know how long it was going to take me. I had no idea how. And I think that's what we lie to ourselves when we see someone successful. Can I tell you, why not you? Literally, why not you? If I can do it, anybody can do it. I believe that with my whole entire heart. Why not you? Why does it get to be someone else all the time? Why not you to get up on a big stage and share your story of hope with people and impact thousands of lives? Why not you who gets to tell their kids, oh my gosh, we're going to go on a cruise. We're going to go on vacation. We're going to go do this. You get this. We're going to get to say yes to an opportunity that would blow your mind because I was brave enough to take a chance on myself. Why not you? Why not you? And there was a still small voice inside me. I heard a video or something and I was like, why not me? Why can't I do it? I'm just like, what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? Well, there are things. I may lose worrying about what other people think. I may lose not feeling like I'm always just living paycheck to paycheck. I may lose feeling like I'm a victim of my circumstance. Most people don't want to lose those things. They say they do, but they don't actually. They want to be sick. They want to be tired. They want to be broke because it's their comfort zone. So when I say to you, why not you? It literally is breaking through those belief systems to make it come true. It's not a skill set that you're missing. You already have everything it takes. You already have everything it takes to be successful. You just have to make that decision. Why not me? So I went over and Jennifer told me you can make $30,000 a month. And I was like, that be drug dealing money. And I'm all in for this because it's legal and I don't have to sell drugs. So that's awesome. So I was like, I'm going to share products that help people. The number one thing that made me motivated to sell and share was that I knew that I was going to be helping people and making money. They were side by side for me. They were side by side for me. My biggest fear, I don't want people to think I'm making money. So crazy. I'm like, why did I care about that? But I really did. I didn't want people to think that this Christian woman was going to dare make money off of sharing a pink drink with somebody else. My late husband said to me in that moment, he said, are those people paying your mortgage? I was like, well, no. Are those people raising our children? No. Are those people paying any of our bills? No. Then why are you worried about what they think about what you're doing? And I realized in that moment, I was like, I have to stop letting what I think people think, what I think people are thinking, hold me back in any way, shape, or form. Because when you actually make a decision, do you know anybody in your life that where you know when they say something to you, they're going to do it? Like they say they're going to go for something, they're going to go. Be that person. Be that person. Be that person for yourself. I'm going to do this. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to show up and I'm going to make this happen. Be that person. I one time wrote down a list of all the things that I wanted in a rock star leader. One of my business coaches had me write this down. And I was like, I'm paying you $5,000 to tell you what I want in someone else. And he was like, yes. So I write it all down and he said, read it to me. So I start reading it to him. I'm like, I want them to be confident. I want them to be sure of themselves. I want them to be willing and motivated to do whatever it takes. I want them to feel empowered and inspiring and all of these things. And then he said to me, he said, now you go become all of this. You go become this because you're going to attract who you become. So when you're thinking about who do I want to be and how do I want my life to be, where can we do some work to really improve ourselves to being confident? The number one thing that took me to gold is I trusted my upline. I trusted that she was leaving clues for success, that she wasn't going to point me in the wrong direction. And I called people. I called them and was like, I'm going to do this business. Do you want to do it with me? And then when someone said, what is Plexus? I hung up the phone because I got nervous. I got scared. And I was like, I don't even know how to explain what Plexus is. So I'm just going to hang up the phone for a minute. And then I'm going to call them back and be like, service was terrible. I don't know what happened. I lost your call. I got myself together. I was like, I'll send you a video. Listen to me. You don't have to explain everything. My second language became, I'll send you a video. I'll send you a video. I've never explained what is Plexus to somebody. Like, I just don't even, I'm like, I'll send you a video. Even to this day, I get like nervous or I don't know, something happens to me. I'm like super socially awkward. And I'm like, I don't know what Plexus is. Just been taking it for 9 years, but I love it. I actually know everything inside and out about Plexus, but it's hard for me to explain it. So video is my best friend. Girl, I'm going to the top. Like, I'm doing this. I've bet on myself. I'm making a decision to change my entire trajectory of my life. I'm doing this. And I want you to do this with me. Well, what is Plexus? I'm going to send you a video. Nothing about that has anything to do with what Plexus is. I'm not explaining the comp plan. I'm not explaining anything. I'm not explaining anything. I'm just getting them a video. My next best friend when I was building to gold was the fact that we did a 60-day money back guarantee. I'm telling you, I told everybody. I told everybody 4 to 5 times, like, there's a 60-day money back guarantee. It's going to be okay. It's risk-free. It's going to be okay. Why? Because it made me feel more confident. It made me feel more confident when I was telling people, because I knew if they didn't love it, they'd get their money back. When we're worried about people spending their money, like, we're prejudging them. We're like, well, oh my gosh, like, they don't have the money, or I'm nervous. Like, what if they don't like it? Well, if they don't like it, unlike when you share a restaurant with somebody, right? You tell them to go to this place. And I have one friend, I always like, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I love this place. It's so good. And every time, anywhere she goes, she has like the worst experience. I'm like, why do you keep going to the places I'm telling you? You don't even love them. And she can't get her money back, but she can with Plexus, right? Like, she can have an amazing experience with customer service and get her money back. There is a reason we only have a 1% return rate on our team. Is because the products work and people love them. And so once I realized you can have a 60-day money back guarantee, I'm like, this is the way we got to go. Like, I'm just going to share that with everybody. So that helped to build my confidence when I was sharing. The next thing is I was coachable. I listened to everything she said, and then I just kept doing it over and over and over again. This industry is not easy, but it is very simple. The hardest part of what we do is building our confidence. It's the belief in ourselves that it is possible. Everything is wash, rinse, repeat. It's the same thing over and over and over again. There's no shiny thing that's going to make it different for you. It's how brave are you willing to be? How brave are you willing to be? And so I just made a decision at Silver. I went to convention. We were a one-income family. We didn't even have money enough to buy products for both of us. Like, I was like, but I'm going to spend the money and I'm going to fly to Phoenix and I'm going to go to convention. And I sat in the back of the room with my baby and my glasses and, like, spit up all over me and all the things, and feeling like so unprofessional and like I have no business being here. That little voice, right, that tells you you're not good enough. You're never going to make it. You're too fat. You're too small. You're too tall. You're too this. You're too Canadian. You're too country. Whatever the reason was, I could tell myself I was telling myself that. And then I heard stories of women who were just like me, who were trying to bring in some income, trying to change their lives. And I was like, if they can do this, I can do this. They have kids too. Every excuse I gave myself, they were there saying, well, I was worried I didn't have time. I was worried about, I've got to do this with my kids. I was worried about, I work a job and I'm trying to bring, like, how do I have time to do every reason I had not to? They were like, look, show up for yourself. Hey, mama in the back row, this is for you. Hey, dude in the back row, this is for you. This is for you. The ones who are sitting there thinking, I don't know if I can do this. I'm scared. I'm nervous. What if it doesn't work? But what if it does? And it just sent chills through me. And I was like, what if it does change everything? So I came home and I was like, I'm doing this. I don't know how. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. And I just started doing things. I was inspired to be creative, to find ways to talk to people about Plexus. I had a little event. I did a little online event. Before online events even were a thing, I just started doing them. Me and Lisa paired up. We were like, let's go. We came up with incentives. We came up with ideas. We were excited to build this business from home, and we just didn't quit. We just didn't quit. We kept sharing. We kept talking. We kept doing things. We kept learning. We kept growing. All of those things, all within while raising. She has 6 kids. I now have 9 kids. And this is the part that gets me every time, is that when I started Plexus, I had no idea how badly I was going to need the income. I thought I was just adding in addition to my family, which is amazing. Our goal was that no mom ever pay her mortgage. That was our goal. We were like, we're just going to get as many people to cover their mortgages with this money. And so when my husband unexpectedly passed away, I was really left. We had no life insurance. And I had to make a decision. I was like, do I want to go into the workforce and trade time for money, be away from my kids, doing all the things? Or do I believe I can do this? And when you're put up like that, when your back is against the wall, you either give into it or you get back up. And like Rocky talks about, it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how many times you get back up after you've been knocked down. And I knew I could do that. I'm like, I may not be able to get in the boxing ring and beat you, but I know that I can handle resistance. I know that I can handle getting back up because I've been through some stuff. I know I can just keep getting back up and trying again. So I knew with that skill set, with that ability, I could do this if I was willing to get back up and not shut down. And so in that moment, I made the decision to go all in. I wrote sticky notes everywhere. Anybody who was part of my journey during that time knows I had a huge whiteboard with all the things. I am victorious. I am capable. My children rise and called me blessed. They are watching me. I am an example. I am doing this. I am all the things I want to be. I am an emerald. I am a leader. I am a whatever. And I read it every morning. And I kept showing up and I kept doing it. And 4 months later, I was making a 6-figure income and have never dropped down, have only increased since then. I made the decision to do it and I was willing to do whatever it takes. And so sometimes it really isn't so much about what am I doing wrong or what do I need to be doing? It's what do you need to be thinking and what do you need to be believing? It's what do I need to be thinking? What do I need to be believing? Because when we're thinking positive thoughts, when we're thinking, I can do this and I am capable and I am excited, our feelings and our emotions become excited. We become confident. We become ready to go. Our frequency is elevated and then our action follows suit because we feel good. What happens is that we start to think negative. I can't do this. Well, what are people going to think? I'm scared. I don't know. And then I feel embarrassed. I feel ashamed. I feel nervous and I shrink. My action is I shrink. My results are nothing because I'm doing nothing. But when I think I'm excited, I'm empowered, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to change my life, you take action. So if you're not taking action, you know how to solve that is what are my thoughts saying? What am I telling myself? And so for me, my thoughts were so negative that I had to put it everywhere where I could see it. I can do this. I am capable. I will. I am doing it. Not I could do it. I should do it, but I'm not. It's I am. I'm willing. I'm capable. I am. I will. I'm capable, right? It's those types of language that you want to start saying to yourself to get you out of your comfort zone and moving in the right direction. So we have a full month of amazing training going on in that gold group. We have a full month of amazing onboarding calls and team calls. There is absolutely no reason that you cannot rank up this month. There's no reason that you can't find the builder of your dreams this month because you decided to get out of your comfort zone, make a decision and stick with it. And I want to leave you with this. Remember what Rocky says. He's literally my favorite movie person of all time because it's not that he went in and was a champion. You don't love Rocky. You don't love the hero of the story because it was easy. right? We love the underdog story because they went through some shite. They went through some really hard times. They went through some resistance. They went through some stuff, and yet they still kept getting back up and going to the top. You will never learn more about yourself than when you do that. When you push through the fear and you're like, I'm not settling for this anymore. I'm going for it. So remember, it's not how hard you hit. It's how many times you keep getting back up, no matter what is going on. Life will always be happening. Life will always be happening. You can make a decision. Who do you want to be in 5 years? It starts today. It starts today. I told my sophomore son today, I said, who you want to be out of high school starts now. Who are you now? What kind of student are you now? What kind of man are you becoming now? It doesn't start when you turn 18. All of a sudden, you're magically somebody else. It's the habits you create now for yourself. It's the decisions you make today that affect who you are now. I literally know that if I were to go talk to myself 9 years ago, she would be terrified of me. She would be like, who are you? You are like confident and sure of yourself. You're making tons of money. You're retiring your husband. Like, who are you? But I didn't start like that. I started scared. I started insecure. I started at the very bottom. But I made a decision and I didn't let anything stop me. Stop identifying with your illness. Stop identifying with your weaknesses and start identifying with who you want to be. Stop saying you're a quitter. Stop saying that you're, oh my gosh, I'm broke. I'm broke. We're always struggling. Stop identifying and claiming that as your identity. It is not true. Up-level your belief system. Up-level your thoughts. I have a board next to me that I keep all the time, and I always have different things on here of sayings and affirmations that I'm telling myself constantly. Always, always in the forefront of me is, why not me? Why not me? That is my mantra for this year. Why not me? So start asking yourself, why not me? Why can't I be successful? Why can't I be a diamond this time next year, walking across the stage, going on a free Alaskan cruise, doing all the things, making that life-changing money, being able to give scholarships to the schools, being able to give to the widows in our community, being able to give to whatever it is that you want to do, being able to feed families that are struggling because you struggled as a kid, whatever that is, why not you? Why not you? So I love you. Be blessed. Bless and multiply your business. And we will see you guys tonight for onboarding call. Don't forget to invite your new people. Love, love, love. And we'll see you later.